there's another scam that I know of, especially in Facebook. I get a lot of like requests from sexy girls with bikinis and everything all the time. It has reached to a situation right now where you don't get that kind of pictures. It's like they take pictures of a random Nepali girl from somewhere else, and if you open up, you would know that's fake because there are only 2 photos and they have been uploaded just yesterday or something like that. But when you just look at it, it's like they are from the same background, they are from the same country, they are beautiful, and you get into it, and then they start to scam it out of that. Some of the things that I know about is they get you into having a sexual chat or something like that, take your photos, sexual photos, and try to blackmail you that it will just give it to your parents or your friends and ask money from that. The other could be there are a few idiots out there who would just give money, just with the hope that they might be able to get with that girl, get laid with that girl. So how much do you know about these kind of scams, and how do they work, and how can we prevent these kind of scams?
Actually, I've heard of these kind of scams happened quite often in the community as well. Like, a lot of people be of it, and yeah, it's so funny, right? Like you should always know no woman is hungry enough to get laid with you on the conversation. Nobody's gonna do that, right? It's not something that's normal. It's not gonna happen normally. I'm not saying it might not happen at all. I'm not judging anybody or anything, but most of the time it does not happen. So you should be really skeptical what you're doing online. Never ever send nudes. Never ever interact with such accounts. Always see whom you are adding. Like the reason Facebook Facebook calls it friends instead of accounts you are connected with or your links or connections. It says friends. The reason Facebook calls it friends is because it thinks you know that person. That person is your friend. That's why you're accepting them as your friend, right? So you need to be really wary about whom you accept in your Facebook, whom you give access to your Facebook. And at the same time, you should always be wary like whom you are interacting with. Sometimes some legitimate people might be hacked, and they might use it to blackmail them, or they might use it to go into sextortion kind of crimes, because it is one of the biggest thing happening in Australia as well. A lot of cases comes up every year by the police. I mean, I'm not too sure on the amount, but the amount Australians lose is in millions of dollars every year in sextortion. So the seamless scams.
It is like second or third in like top things of scams. I read an article out there yesterday. So the 3 types are investment, romance, and the payment direction. They were like at the top.
So basically, it is a really big deal. It's a very big issue over here. So you need to be really wary about what you're doing, because nobody's going to get laid with you just in a single conversation, or they would want to have sexual chats or sexual videos or whatever you're doing. Don't ever do that. If you see something like that happening, take it as the biggest red flag and stop it immediately, because there's literally no other way to do it. What they would usually, they are going to, as soon as you accept the request, they are going to make lists of the people you are connected with, get the name of the people, and then when they film you doing the stuff, or when they get your text or photos, use it against you for blackmailing, they're gonna tell you, I know every people, and blindly give you the name of the people that they copied, and they're just gonna scare you, and you're gonna end up paying them more and more money. So basically, like if that happens, immediately block the person. And immediately call the police, tell them about it, just in case, to be safe. And if they ask for ransom, don't do it. If you're paying them ransom, you need to know that you are provoking them. You're telling them, be more greedy, I can pay more if you keep on blackmailing me. Because you're never gonna end. Like you may give them the money right now, and they might say, okay, that's all right, I'm gonna be okay for now. And then what if they come back to you after 5 days again, asking for the money you gave?
Keep coming.
Don't have money. They would only say, last time you gave. So that just means you're not serious enough. Now I'm gonna leak your videos and all. And now it's gonna be more, you're losing more and more money. So simply, first thing, if you see such photos, if you see such friend requests coming up, simply block them.
That's a scam.
You should simply know that's a red flag. Second thing, if somebody starts talking about those kind of stuff, talking about sexual stuff, if they start sexting with you and all, simply stop it. That's another big red flag. And the third red, and that afterwards, if you don't stop there, then you're ruined. And that would be if they ask you to do a video call. Now that's the final red flag. That's the only level you can be safe from. If you are not stopping at that moment, you are not going to be safe.
Another thing I would like to add in the same context is that, as far as I've seen, if they are sending you a request in Facebook and they are asking you to do a video call somewhere else, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I mean, that's a red flag too, right? Like, Facebook has the feature to do video call.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you asking me to come somewhere else? So I think that's the thing what I've experienced. I don't know about others, but that's with everything, because sometimes what I do is I try to provoke them and see what they are going to do, what they are trying to say. They send recorded videos, which seems like they are doing it right now, right there. I've had that a lot of times, where they ask me to go to a different place and I wouldn't agree. So it just ends there. It never goes beyond that. So
Yeah,
if they're asking you to go out, that's a red flag.
Yeah, they won't have time to spend on you to try and lure you to different websites or do it. If you are just gonna show no interest at all, so if you're just, even on the first red flag on the chat, if you're just gonna block them or ignore them, they are not gonna come back to you. They're gonna move to someone else. So we just need to know that. And yeah, that's the only way you can be safe. First thing, don't accept requests at all. First, from the first red flag. Second is when they start talking dirty on your messages. Stop it. That's second biggest red flag. And third, if they ask you to do a video call, now that's the final red flag. Don't do it at all. Stop it, else you're gonna be facing whatever comes next. So yeah, you need to be really wary about those. It's just I think at the end, it's just like something people need to know about it, but will fall for it thinking maybe that's not true. Maybe
that's the thing about being a guy and having that thing dangling between our legs, I guess. It's easier to persuade us to do that.
That's why we need to be really, really wary.
Yeah, you need to be careful about those things, Again, it's like playing with emotions, human psychology, another part of it.